What is up, beautiful people? Welcome to the new video, and today we are going to start with Mr. Chin. You guys gotta cancel today. You had to cancel a load today. Did you find a load for him yet?
Not yet.
Really? What are you waiting for?
Not waiting for anything, just searching for loads.
Oh man, what are you guys waiting for?
Something better, we sent him some options.
He refused?
Of course.
Okay, so the guys had a truck unloading in Kansas City, Kansas, delivering today, Monday, but the driver got sick and he wants to go back to Chicago. They had to cancel their load going to Oklahoma, and now Monday, 11:37 p.m. Central Standard Time, they still have an empty truck that needs to go to Chicago. Okay, guys said that they booked a fantastic load out of Kansas. Let's go and find out what is their fantastic load going to Illinois. Kansas City, Kansas, going to Hammond, Indiana, 508 miles for how much money?
$12.75.
$12.75.
Yeah. That's like 2.5 a mile from Kansas to Chicago, which is not such a bad lane, because to Chicago back, like, you won't get more than $2 a mile. We called all day. No one is offering more than $2 a mile, but we got 2.5.
So 2.5. How heavy is it?
It's quite heavy.
How heavy?
46,000 pounds.
Okay, and he's going to be off until Friday.
Yep, most probably, yeah.
Okay, 2.5 out of Kansas going to Indiana. Rate Ben's load in the comments. You ready for the hate?
No, not ready. We'll see.
Okay. I'm about to have a short or a bit long talk with one of our clients. You have seen him before, Alex from Gergen Transportation, CEO of Gergen Transportation. We have some topics on our agenda to discuss, and we wanted to share this with you guys.
What's up, dude?
How's it going? We got some hot topics, man. It's not gonna be hot when we'll be posting it.
Well, hey, lots of discussions.
You guys, you flying to your California office today?
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, they have a yard in South Carolina, one in California, and that's it.
A third partner hub in Michigan. It's not exactly ours, but we work very closely with another company.
We're dealing with the big man here.
Have you heard the news? You seen 60 Minutes?
I did just see, as I told you, I just saw a short clip about the rate confirmations. I have heard that a lot, but I have never encountered that. I used to work in two companies before I started to work on my own, and neither of them did cut the rate confirmation, did cut the money from the rate confirmation. So
We don't do that either, obviously. I've heard a lot of that. I mean, here and there, guys cutting, but dang, like those numbers there, allegedly, they had a competition of whoever skims the most gets the biggest bonus.
well,
How do you check though? Like we had one of our drivers a couple of weeks ago actually reached out to us, and he was one on this topic. So they're percentage drivers. How do they verify that the loads that the dispatcher is telling them is the actual number?
Well, I think there might be more, but I only can talk about three of them. First of all, you can always call the broker. The drivers are getting the full rate confirmations with the broker's contact on it. So yeah, you can call the broker, ask for it. Second, I don't know if I did start it by myself or I got it from someone, but when I used to work with owner-operators, when I was dispatching a company that had owner-operators, we were getting the rate confirmations on the email, and we were supposed to sign those and send them back, the signed rate confirmations, to make an email chain for further communication with the broker. So we did sign that rate confirmation, and we did add the driver in the email chain chain. So this way, you're not only transparent on the money-wise, but on how you're representing the driver's interests, at least through that email. Because the driver might run into some problems. You email the broker. The driver is in the email chain and he sees what you're texting the brokers. And vice versa. The driver is in the email chain when the broker rejects a detention, for example, or is giving some instructions. And that guarantees the full transparency. You have the full evidence, at least through emails. So that's another method. And the third one, I had some drivers, I can't say they were doubting, but they were asking me, hey man, I'm looking suspicious at this rate con and that rate con. And when we are booking loads, the phone conversations are always being recorded. And I didn't want to make it as a habit to send them the phone conversations, but I was saying, look, I'm gonna send you that conversation if you're adopting, I'm gonna send you that. If you're gonna ask me again, I'm gonna send it to you for the second time, but for the third time, it means we can't really team up together because you're not trusting me. What's your take on it?
Well, I mean, as much as I hate to say it, unfortunately, there's, a lot of people that have been affected or have come across such cases from, various companies. But yeah, like the one thing that I even went to lengths, like I've had one conversation with this driver a few weeks ago, and I went ahead and I took a screenshot of our factoring where it shows like the load number, what we billed them for, and what the actual payment is that came in as well. So like I went back to like January, right? Because we're like in April now. So like I just took like 5 of them, right? Just 5 in a row. Hey, here's what we billed. Here's your report. You can compare with what, you were paid. Here's what we billed. Here are the payments that came in, and you can connect the dots and verify if we're being truthful or not.
Yeah, you tell me where this adopt came to them. They are usually staying at the shipper or at the receivers, talking to different drivers for the maybe similar lanes, and they're talking between themselves how much they got paid for their lane, and because we're on the spot market, the rates are different, like minutes.
Yeah, that's exactly what the question is. They got there was like $3,500 their load, and the driver besides them got it for $4,000. And so I had to go in and explain like, well, there's a good reason. He probably waited till the very last minute, which again, this is where your communication with the dispatcher comes in. You guys kind of decide, do you kind of play it safe and take a little bit of less money, but you set up your load and you get the timing going to where you can deliver the next day. Yes, it's a little bit less money, but you've got your stuff locked in, and it's, as soon as you offload, you go to the next one and you keep going. This guy, I mean, yeah, he probably waited, till last minute to lock it in, and it just happened to be that broker was really feeling the pinch, probably had X amount of loads that he needed to ship, probably got 2-3 of them set up at a decent rate, and this one was like the last one where they really needed some extra money, really needed to move it, so they just came up with the extra money. And
yeah, 100%. Sam, long time no see. Sam is our drive-in dispatcher. How's it going?
Pretty good, to say the least.
You have 2 trucks for today?
Yeah, for today we got 2 trucks. For tomorrow we'll see if we have the third one, because one of the drivers is in the shop right now.
You happy with your drive-ins so far?
Yeah, I am actually.
How are you dealing with 3 trucks so far? You think you can handle, like, how many more do you think you can handle?
As of right now, I don't think I cannot handle any more trucks, to be honest. I had only 2 drivers, so I have to accommodate a bit to get them to understand the market a bit better.
Daria, he's bullshitting. I think he's ready for another 3 trucks.
I think he can handle 2 trucks more.
I think so too.
Too much free time.
Right.
When it's completed, yeah.
Steve, how's it going? You ready? Steve turns 28 years old tomorrow. Happy Tuesday. Guess what we have today? A birthday party. Mr. Steve, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Steve. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my friend. We're glad we have you here, my man. Woohoo! Bam! Bam, 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 bam. Look at this. All right, and since we were talking about this SuperEgo, or whatever their name is, investigation, I also wanted to say a few words about the Delilah Law. I have seen a lot of comments about it, I have seen a lot of people talking about it, and I have been asked multiple times about it. First of all, besides all that repeated garbage and intentional fear-mongering online, I have not read the full law myself. But from my 10 minutes research on the internet, it looks like this law is focused on CDL eligibility, the immigration status, the English proficiency, and it's basically designed to remove all unqualified drivers from the US roads. I could not find anything saying that US is banning foreign dispatchers. So yes, this sounds and looks like a clickbait topic, and of course we're probably gonna make a clickbait out of it as well, but fear sells better than accuracy. And again, I haven't seen anything in that law related to foreign dispatchers. Now, second, and the most important, why should I stress about something I cannot control? This is completely out of my control, so why would I waste energy on it? I focus on what I do, I'm trying to do it at its best, and let the things play out. So yeah, you probably clicked on this because this topic sells, but in reality there is nothing concrete there. Then just booked a load that's picking up in California, which has this note. There's the carrier freight pay, which is $5,900. Then there's the trucking fee, which is $200. And there's this note saying 200 miles before stop, which is $200. What does that mean then?
It means that we can't stop first 200 miles after we get loaded.
Why so?
I don't know why so. I tried to call the broker to ask, but he didn't pick up the phone.
Who knows why we cannot stop 200 miles after we're picking up the load? Why is that note staying here? Let us know in the comments. Until we reach the broker, we will be waiting for your comments. My man, how's it going?
Not bad.
How do you feel so far?
Interesting.
Still interesting?
Yeah.
You understand where the stress comes from yet?
I'm starting to understand.
Okay, where does the stress comes from?
From the drivers when they are late all the time, and if somebody are loading them too long.
Okay, and you got your first driver. You happy?
Yeah.
Good, you'll have your first driver now. Fingers crossed. I think you will succeed. I really think you will succeed.
God bless America.
Mr. Ken, what's the worst load you have booked today?
I don't have bad loads booked today.
What's the one thing you do not like in our company?
In our company,
Yeah.
I guess the CEO. Can I say so?
He's kidding. He's kidding.
With the spot market, there's like these brokers, they definitely have money. They're, I mean, as much as I hate to say it, like I'm not gonna say any names, but I've had a little sit down with one of the brokers last week, and yeah, we had a chance to. I actually had a chance to look at their internal board. And I saw the pricing for spot loads that they normally post versus like dedicated freight that like we run and that they run. And yeah, I mean, dedicated lane, there's definitely very minimal profits, like $80, $100, $50. Again, I mean, it's a business, they have to, you know, make money, so to speak. But yeah, these spot loads, it's definitely, and the longer miles where you go coast to coast is definitely where they're able to keep.
Really? So they literally get the same rate per mile on the short miles and on the long miles.
Long miles is where they can make their money, yeah. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's a business. I tell everybody, listen, whether you're a broker or a carrier, we all need to make money, and you just got to find ways how to do that. Obviously, dedicated business is volume driven. Yeah, you've got less profit, but the fact that you're doing such high volume, it adds up. Whereas spot loads, yeah, you can you can get your butt handed to you. You know, when you're in the pickle, when you're, you know, it's a Thursday, Friday coming out of California during Blitz Week, yeah, you're probably going to lose money. But then, you know, the week after, the month after, once it cools down, you're getting your money back, you know, several $100 at a time fairly easily. So
They still making money on the dedicated lanes nowadays, on the contracted lanes? Still.
So, and like, you know, there's no right or wrong way to do business, to do trucking. Everybody does it that suits them, that, you know, works for them. Some people rely on spot market completely. Some people rely on dedicated completely. We try to like mix and match 50-50-ish. And I've come across a lot of bigger companies, they try to do the same, where, you know, you got a good chunk of the business that's dedicated where you can kind of plug guys in and just run these lanes. It's less strain on your team. It's more, you have, you know, a good chunk of money that is already is dedicated. Like you already know this is a chunk of business that you're getting every month, and then you just got to fill in the rest.
Right.
And filling in the rest, obviously, especially a year like this one that we're about to have, obviously market's up, capacity's down, and it's only going to get better. So you just got to put the two together.
Nice. Onboarding a new driver. This is how it looks like.
Do you have any felonies in your background? You don't have the tweet card. Do you have any questions to ask maybe? By the way, how often do you want to be home? Every 2 weeks? For how many days? Okay. I'm gonna assign to you a dispatcher. His name is David. I'm gonna create a group chat with you, me, and David. And all the work communication will be within this chat. Was nice talking to you, and see you later, okay? Bye-bye. New guy in our team.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Христос Анвят. Pizina Pidorin. Pizina Pidorin. David, as kicker, you got a new driver.
Yes.
You happy?
Yeah.
How happy are you from 1 to 10?
Oh, 110%.
Did you talk to him already?
No.
You waiting for the instructions?
Exactly.
Did you start to look for a load already?
I just started 5 minutes ago.
Okay, good luck with your new driver. If you don't book him at $4 a mile out of Chicago, you're fired. Also had a driver that last week made $16,000 gross with a $5.56 rate per mile. There was 2 loads that week, one oversized load and one legal load. This was a step deck trailer. They started in Panama City Beach, Florida. Tell me the story about this load, this Florida load.
So it was supposed to be.
They initially booked this load that's picking up in Panama City, Florida, going to New Orleans, going to Louisiana, and then the final stop in Waco, Texas. So this was 1 pick, 3 drops load, 873 miles for $4,000, right? And then what's the story?
Then we arrived at the shipper. They said that Waco, Texas stuff will not be ready until next week, and they said that we only have to drop this to Louisiana, and actually the second Louisiana stop will not be able to unload us until Wednesday. So it was Tuesday New Orleans, Louisiana delivery, then
Iberville,
Louisiana was the Wednesday delivery, and they kept the rate for 411 miles, $4,000.
Okay, so you initially booked this pickup Monday in Panama City, Florida, then Tuesday delivery New Orleans, then on Tuesday you were supposed to deliver this Iberville, Louisiana, and then Wednesday Waco, Texas.
Yes.
Okay, and then you went to the shipper, and the shipper told you that Waco, Texas is not going to be ready to unload you until the next week, until the following week, and they have only loaded you with those 2 stops, the New Orleans and the Iberville, Louisiana. However, you could not deliver the Iberville, Louisiana until Wednesday, so you were supposed to stay 1 day and wait to get unloaded at that second stop in Iberville, Louisiana. So from 873 miles, you went to this 411 miles for the same rate, $4,000. What a lucky day. This was the load, some AC units, no tarps? Okay, so you had Monday through Wednesday, $4,000 for 411 miles. If that's not luck, then I don't know what to call it. Okay, and then on Wednesday, you booked an oversized load picking up in Golden Meadow, Louisiana. It was going to Davis, California. It was an oversized load. It was this oversized. How wide was it?
This piece is 10 feet wide.
Okay, so legal height, OD on the width, and the most important thing, picking up Wednesday, was delivering on Monday. It was supposed to be Monday delivery. Let's show the rate. Show me the rate, Con. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, and there are another 3 zeros after. $12,000 for 2,429 miles. You spent $400 on permits only, so it's $11,600. Call it $11,600 on 2,429 miles. How much per mile was that? $477 rate per mile if to deduct the permits. So $16,000, $5.56 rate per mile. Good job, good job, good job. So yeah, if you want to see the same results, get in touch with us. Dan is ready. Dan said he's ready to dispatch 20 trucks. How many trucks do you currently dispatch?
7 trucks.
You think on this market, you think you could handle a few more?
On this market, I think yes.
On this market, yes. But on the 4 months ago market?
4 months ago, I did dispatch more trucks.
No, cut it. Say no. No, he said no. But Sam is ready to take another 3 trucks. The other thing I wanted to discuss with you was that accident.
Yeah.
The driver said he got distracted by something, but the reality might seem more ugly. He was just driving, I think it was even raining. He was driving in the nighttime.
Like 3:30.
3:30.
Yeah, it was raining pretty bad. Yeah, it was like 3:30 in the morning. Driver stated that he got distracted, spilled supposedly some coffee. Not really sure if that was the case or if he was just really tired. I mean, I'm not gonna take any sides, but matter of fact, yeah, distracted driving or not so attentive driving, I should say. Ended up, luckily, thank God, didn't hit anybody or anything, but just went off the road and totaled the truck. So it's definitely, we had to do some more coaching. I mean, he's been a good driver. He's driven with us for over a year now, never really had any issues. And I tell everybody, safety is obviously the most important. Those few hundred miles that you're trying to catch up in the middle of the night, I mean, if you're really tired, you really, can't stay as attentive as you should be, especially when you've got, pretty crappy weather conditions around you. Just pull over. Whatever, we'll lose a day. It is what it is, part of trucking. But the fact that he ended up being in the ditch and smacked into a bunch of smaller trees. I mean, just wiped out the whole side of the cab. Yeah, it was not pretty.
Right. And he was lucky he was alive, I guess.
Yeah, bumps and bruises. No broken bones of any sort, just a couple of cuts and yeah.
Nice. Well, that's a good approach, I guess. All right, man. It was a pleasure talking to you as always. You said you're still looking for drivers.
Well, we've got like 2 trucks available right now.
2 trucks. Trailers?
We got like 4 trailers. Yeah, 2 trucks, 4 trailers.
Good. We'll leave the contacts. We'll probably leave the contact somewhere here. And yeah, thanks for the conversation.
Let's move some freight.
Let's move the mountains. Check, mic check. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing? Today we got Mr. Tommy Vercetti straight out of Vice City. Look at that. He failed in his career and starting to dispatch trucks. So yeah, Tommy Vercetti is a real inspiration for Mr. Ken. What's your favorite video game? It might start with G and end with A.
Yeah.
Is it?
Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Yeah, we got some superstars here in the office. And, Senor Dan, we talked about this $200 note, do not stop before the delivery. The broker actually called the driver and instructed that it should not be 200 miles after the pickup and 200 miles before the delivery. So then assumed that this is made for the reason that we do not book another partial after our pickup and we do not drop another partial after our delivery. But as he told me, he said he still did not ask the broker why is that note staying there.
You want me to call the broker?
Yeah, let's call the broker. Ask her why did she put that note on, and let's do it live.
And this is Dan from... We booked that California container going to Ohio.
Oh, yes, sir.
And I have a question here, just out of curiosity. I looked at the rate con and it's showing there 200 miles before stop. Can you tell me what's this for?
Yeah, so once the driver picks up, he has to move 200 miles before he stops. But you guys picked up yesterday, correct?
Yeah, we did. It's just out of curiosity. May I ask you the reason why is this?
Yeah, so the driver can move 200 miles once he picks up.
Okay, I still didn't get my...
The driver already completed the 200 miles, so what's the question? Huh?
Yeah, no, I'm just out of curiosity asking you why we need to drive 200 miles before we stop.
Because we don't want the drivers hanging around LA. We want them moving on the road, headed towards delivery.
Okay. Yeah, we did pick up yesterday and we are en route already. Everything is good.
I saw, sir. Yeah, you guys are fine. Driver's good.
Okay, sounds good.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, that's a very poor communication from your side. What does out of curiosity mean? You have a $200 fee, $200 bucks
Yeah, but
fee,
we
and
already
you have to
completed
understand
this.
what's that for. As long as you don't understand what's that for, you can't
But we
sign
already
up for
completed
it.
that.
I'm sorry?
But we already completed that.
Doesn't matter. You have that fine fee and you don't understand what's that for? Where's your confidence, man? What did he tell you?
He told me that he don't want the driver to stay in LA area.
In LA area?
Yeah.
What about Kentucky and Ohio? It doesn't really make sense, to be honest with you.
I know, but he was like,
You have to be more firm. Come on. You have $200 fee. If you don't understand how to follow that fee and what's the reason for that, then why are we? I'm sorry.
we followed it.
Yeah, but it should have a reason, and you have to understand that. From now on, whatever is written on the rate confirmation and you do not understand, ask brokers what is the reason for that fee or for that charge. And if you do not understand anything, just ask them. They should give you a reason. Okay?